How's it going, guys? My name is Zach with the Movie Castle, and today I'm really excited because we're going to be taking a look at a brand new, much anticipated horror movie, and that is Terrifier 3. This just came out October 11th, 2024, was written and directed by series creator Damien Leone, and stars Lauren LaVera, Antonella Rose, Elliot Fullam, and David Howard Thornton as Art the Clown. And overall, Terrifier's success has been really fun to watch. Going from this cult movie, getting more and more status and reputation, to the point where it's out at the same time as Joker, and it's actually doing better than the second Joker movie. That's crazy. And if you guys like the more character and lore-driven direction that T2 was going in, this is another piece in that puzzle and another step in that direction. And I do like with this movie, they find ways to add in a little bit more each time and shake things up a little bit more each time. For example, this is a Christmas movie, a whole new holiday for Art to go and wreak havoc in. And boy, there is some gore and there is some havoc, all set to the backdrop of Christmas lights and trees. Now, in order to talk about this, I do want to talk about the setup of the movie. I'll be avoiding major spoilers, but I do want to say where we start from. Basically, it's been 5 years since T2, and Sienna's been in and out of mental health facilities. She has a lot of trauma she has to deal with. Well, she's out, and not everyone's sure if she's ready to be out for good this time, but she's moving in with her cousin, and she has a little cousin that absolutely adores her. Her younger brother is away at college, and it turns out that right after T2, he got really big into researching demons and stuff, trying to figure out what Art was and how to stop him. But in the 5 years that's passed, he's eventually decided to put that down and focus on just living a normal life. Well, he's not going to exactly get that, because of course, Art the Clown's gonna be back. Sienna is at the mall and she sees someone that she's sure is Art the Clown, but she's not sure if she can come out with this because people will just think she's crazy, right? And of course, Art will go on this killing spree. Now, I want to say, I like where it puts Sienna here. She really is a strong character. We get to see flashbacks to the whole thing with her father when she was a little girl. We get to see the origins of her character from T2, as well as her father just starting to break down. And over the course of this movie, Sienna has to understand who she is and why she's been chosen, and start to understand her path. All that's going on while at the same time, she can't really talk about anything when she sees something because people will just think she's crazy. And she's got that little cousin that looks up to her and wants to talk to her all the time, but that cousin's parents haven't really explained what all happened in T2, so she can't really open up to her cousin or anything like that. But of course, with all this going on, she does have to, once again, rise up and be strong in a pretty grueling finale. Sienna's a new final girl, but she's quickly becoming a fan favorite, and it's good to see her story progress in this. But of course, we also have to talk about Art the Clown. Art the Clown, as always, has to do this good balance of being absolutely menacing and depraved, but also being funny, because he is a clown. And I love there's a few scenes in here like where he overhears someone talking about him, and we get these cutaway reactions to Art reacting to what they're saying. But also we get things like Art seeing Santa Claus in a bar, and the way that he reacts to that like an overly excited kid pointing at Santa and jumping up and down with this big smile on his face. We know, though, we're in Terrifier. I don't think this is going to have a happy ending. And boy, there is some carnage here. Yeah, let me tell you, there's an absolutely gruesome shower sequence in here, and what Art chooses to do towards the end of it, it's pretty intense. As everyone always says with these movies, if you're squeamish, you probably want to avoid them because they really do push the envelope with special effects and with creativity in these kills, and there are a few truly gut-wrenching moments. But also, it is Christmas, and I really do like this idea of, okay, we're keeping Terrifier going, what do we do next? And they always try to up themselves in the kills, and they always try to give us a little bit of lore, but I feel like changing the backdrop from Halloween to Christmas opens up all these new possibilities. The cinematography in the Terrifier movies I always found was really good, both clean and modern, but also feeling like old films somehow. And if you guys know how beautiful Black Christmas looked, you get that in here as well. Those nice shiny Christmas lights against the old-timey colors. It looks really beautiful, and we get classic Christmas songs. Combine that with murder and depravity, it really is an interesting combo to say the least. Now, one thing I was a little sad wasn't in this movie is the little girl from T2. She's not in here, and they do explain it away, but I think the real life thing is she probably just got too old between movies and ghosts aren't supposed to age right. But they kind of focus on the final girl from the first Terrifier, and they do explain why they shifted to her, and she is like, after killing that TV host, she is pretty brutal as well, and she does a good job being Art's companion for this movie. They give her a bit of a costume change towards the end. Really dark. We're going pretty dark here, and that makeup effect they got on her face is really something as well. So she is really interesting to see how creepy she can get. And we get her, if you guys seen T2, we get her pretty much from the beginning of this movie, and there's all these wacky antics with Art having lost his head and trying to get it back, and it starts off insane, builds from there, and by the end of the opening sequence we even get a Amityville and a Black Christmas reference in like the same shot. It's pretty cool. So, like I said, this does feel very much like Terrifier 2, the way that it keeps that gore and insanity, but adds a little bit more of a plot with a little bit of lore about who Sienna is and who Art is, and having Sienna there as a strong focal protagonist really does ground a lot of this, and she has a really interesting story about stress and trauma, and rising to that occasion the second time really is its own path, and it really is a very interesting journey. Overall, I really like what they did with T3, and T4 has been confirmed, so I really can't wait for that as well. These movies are pretty cool, and I'll be there for the next one. Anyway, have a good day. I'll see you guys again very, very soon. I'll put a relevant playlist on the bottom. If you guys want to see more, you can click right there and see more. Anyway, have a good day. I'll see you guys again very, very soon. Have a good day now.